Hi again, everyone. So I'm recording this now on Tuesday, and I realise I didn't give you that much time before to turn around uploading your effort at question 7 from yesterday's work before I would be able to see it. So next week when I do something like that, I'll give a bit more time before I go through it. I will go through question 7 in a moment though, and then we're going to do a bit more averages from frequency tables, because from the work I've seen so far, I see lots of people having a really good go at it, but as is normal, to be honest, there's still a lot of you not quite seeing exactly what the frequency is about and what the numbers are. So we're gonna do a bit more of it right now. Okay, the first question, just asking the percentage of people that travelled more than 30 minutes to the event. Now, because there are 100 people, that's actually just asking for how many people, because it'll be that many out of 100. So how many went for more than 30 minutes? Well, this is more than 30, isn't it? So we've got the 29, the 12 and the 6. So 29 plus 12 plus 6, that's 11, 17, 2, 3, 4. So that's 47 out of 100. So as a percentage, that is 47%. Now the next question is asking to find the class interval that contains the median. Well, as we've got 100 results, we're looking for the result that's between the 50th and the 51st, because we'll have 50 results before the median and another 50 after the median. So that one now will be the 50th, that'll be the 51st. Now in order to find that, I've got 14 here. I'm going to do something called cumulative frequency. Cumulative just means adding up, so adding the frequencies up. So we've got 14 that are less than 10, then less than 20 we'll have 14 plus 16 makes 30 altogether. And then if I add these 23 in, that shows that the 50th, the 51st, 52nd and 53rd, they must all be in the 20 to 30. So the median's going to be almost 30 probably. But what we do know is that the 50th and 51st are both in this category. And when it says find the class interval, this is what it means. So we just write down 20 to 30, make sure we put that or equals bit in and just write it exactly the same way as we see it up there. And the last question was the one that we did a fair bit of, finding the estimate for the mean time taken. Well, the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to know what the midpoints are now, and we're just going to need to add a couple of extra columns on to the table. So we should have these midpoints 5, 15, 25, 35, 45 and 55, because they're halfway between 50 and 60 and so on. And then if you do 5 times 14 you get 70, 15 times 16 240. Keep going with that. Then when we've got all of these, if we add all of these up together, we get 2,770 minutes were what the total amount of time that the 100 people have taken to get there. So to get the mean, we divide that total amount of time by how many people there are, which would give you 27.7 minutes. Now it's fine if you left it like that, but remember that 1/10 of a minute is how long? Well, it's 60 seconds divided by 10 is 6 seconds. So for that reason, 0.7 minutes equals 7 times 6 seconds, and 7 times 6 is 42. So 27, well, they've just put that there, so 27.7 would be 0.7 minutes would be fine. But if you wanted to make more sense, 27 mins 42 seconds would be even better. Right, now different websites disagree about the level of the work we're doing at the moment. Maths Genie reckons it's grade 4, MathsWatch reckons it's grade 3. It doesn't really matter. It's all stuff that we really need to know. It's really useful maths. So we're back at a normal frequency table for this question. You've just got one sheet of stuff to download today. If you just want to do it on a piece of paper, that's fine, but it'll be a little bit more drawing. So pause the video and give it a go. The total number of pens in the classroom. Now to do that, we need to add an extra column because we've got 4 zeros. Remember, that's what that means. This here means 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This here means 7 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 fours. 1, 2, 3, and 1 5. And I've written all that out to make it really clear what this data is. This table means these are our numbers. So if we're looking for our total number of pens, that's going to be the number of pens times the number of pupils. Now this is often called the frequency here. So total times the frequency, or maybe I should have even written number times the frequency. So it's how many of each number we've got. 0 times 4 is 0. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. 5 threes makes 15. 3 fours are 12. And 1 5 is 5. Then if we add all of these up, we get 52 there. So 52 is the total number of pens in the classroom. The modal number, the modal, that's like an adjective for the noun mode. So this is asking us what is the mode. So that means which one is the most of. Well, the 7 tells us what the mode is, but the mode isn't 7 because there are no 7s here, are there? The mode is 2, and we can see we've got more 2s than anything else. So that's 2. The mean number, well, we know how many pens we've got all together. What we need to do is divide that by how many pupils we've got, which we can work out by adding this column up. 10, 17, 22, 25, 26. And that's very nice because 26 goes exactly into 52, which means that the mean is 2 pens per student. And the very last one, work out the range of the number of pens in a pencil case. So the range is the biggest number of pens, 5. Take the smallest number of pens. That's probably Tristan's 0 there. So 5 take 0 is a 5. So there's a range of 5 different amounts. Actually, there's 6 different amounts that you could have, isn't there? But there's only a difference of 5 between the biggest and the smallest amount. That's the important point. So here's question 2. Pause the video, give it a go, and see what you reckon. Thomas says that the mode is 7. Thomas is wrong. Explain why. The mode isn't 7. The 7 is telling us which one the mode is. Explain why. There are 7 zeros. So 0 is the mode. Something like that will be fine. But anything that shows it, you know that the answer should be 0 and it's not 7. Because 7 is the frequency, not which is only telling us how many there are of any of the other numbers. Right, calculate the mean number of goals. So you're going to have to draw another column on here pause the video if you haven't done it already, and I'll put it all on in a moment. So now this is what you should have. 0 times 7 is 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 3 is 6, and so on. And then to calculate the mean, we need to know how many goals were scored all together. So we're going to add these up. 5, 11 plus 18 is 29, 37, 42, 48, I make that. And we're going to divide that by how many matches they've had, which is what's given us by the frequency, because there were 7 matches with 0 and so on. 7, 12, 15, 21, 23, 24, 25. So that gives us 48 divided by 25, which probably means this was designed for a calculator question. Most of these are, to be honest. And if you divide 48 by 25 in your calculator, you get 1.92. So our last one for today is like what we had in the last lesson, the grouped frequency, which is why we've got 2 here. So pause the video, have a go, and then see if you agree with what I do. So this third column should be midpoint, because we don't know how long late those 15 trains were. We know they were somewhere between 0 and 6. Some of them would be close to 0, some close to 6. So if we pretend they're all 3 halfway between, it's going to give us a decent estimation. Estimation doesn't mean guess, it means it's going to be somewhere close to being right. It's an exact method. Halfway between 6 and 12 is 9, between 12 and 18 is 15, 21 between 18 and 24, and 27 between 24 and 30. And then we're going to need to do the midpoint multiplied by the frequency for the next bit. So 15 times 3 is 45, 9 times 23 is 207, 28 times 15, 420, 19 times 21 is 19 times 21, sorry, 399, 15 times 27 is 405, and then we just need to add those up, giving us 1476, and divide by how many days of going on a train that we're talking about. And we can do that by adding it up, and that should give us the same number as is written up there, because it's told us she's done it over 100 days. So then all we have to do is divide 1476 by 100, which is easy enough. Just move the decimal point across 2 places. That would give us 14.76, but it does say leave your answer to 1 decimal place, so that is going to be 14.8 minutes to 1 dp. And that's all for today. See you on, not tomorrow, but Thursday, folks.